Hey, what's up? My name is Ragan. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I talk about all things bookish here on the internet, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. I've been looking forward to the month of September for a long time now, and that's for several reasons. One, it's the month of both mine and my husband's birthday. I'm going to be turning 27, which is a little bit frightening actually, and kind of hard to admit. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, basically, and now I've surpassed the mid-20s, and I'm 27. And I'm in my later 20s, and is it too early to have a crisis in life? Anyone else in their 20s having a midlife crisis? Please let me know. By the way, if you see a glare from my glasses, I apologize. My apartment has a floor-to-ceiling window right in front of me. I have terrible vision. I usually wear my contacts for videos, but today it needs to be a glasses day. So my TBR for September is a little bit unusual for me. One, I have 5 reading projects and buddy reads and goals and videos that I'm going to be making. So I have an entire TBR just for that I'm going to share with you first. And then I'm going to talk about some of the other books that I hope to put on my TBR, because not going to lie to you, I am overwhelmed right now. I'm overwhelmed with reading, and this has become a little bit of a challenge for me, and I just need to talk about it with you. As always, any books that I talk about in this video will be linked in the description bar down below, and I'll also have alternative US, UK covers popped up onto the screen so that you can check out the book yourself and get it where you are. I'm really excited to now have an Amazon storefront. I just got approved for that 2 days ago, and I'm really spending a lot of time curating what I want to put on there. Really just have my top recommendations, my favorites, the best books that I think you should be checking out if we have similar reading taste, and also a lot of lifestyle and home products, like things that are very cozy and that I use in my personal everyday life. I've just started adding to it, so it's not a huge collection right now of things to look through and browse. I do get like a really small commission on any products that you purchase from the Amazon storefront, and anything that I end up receiving will automatically and immediately go back to this YouTube channel. I would love to be able to purchase a microphone so that I sound better, and also maybe get an actual vlogging camera. I just use my phone right now, and using a phone is good, and if you want to make YouTube videos, you can absolutely use your iPhone. I really struggled with videos in the last year and a half, 2 years since I started this channel. If you go and watch my original YouTube videos here on Ragan's Reads, oh my god, I struggled. I struggled so much. I had terrible lighting in my flat for one, and two, I was using a Panasonic camera that I had bought for university, and I didn't know how to use it. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I did not understand how to use that camera. So it's just a hot mess all over the place. We love natural lighting, even if it gives the glare to my glasses, but that's what I'll do with any kind of commissions that I get from anything from the storefront if you make a purchase. So back to the TBR, let's dive right in. The very first thing that I want to be sure I read this month is a reread, and that would be a Caraval series followed by Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. So we have Caraval, this is the UK hardback, and this has a first edition print run secret naked hardback with a rose on it. There were 4 to collect. Potter and Staunton in the UK do this very special thing with Stephanie Garber books, that the first print runs of the hardbacks will have a secret naked hardback underneath the dust jacket. There was a 5th one for this book, and that was a Tesco's one, and I believe that has a top hat on it, and Tesco's is a grocery store chain here in the UK. Okay, then next we have Legendary. I do have these in the original US hardbacks back in America. I got this old library copy, and this has a tarot card of the Shattered Crown. And then we of course have Finale. This one is signed. This is really beat up. I used this and read this all over the UK traveling to and from work, and I just didn't care that it got damaged. This is before I collected books. And this has a secret quote on it that says, "She refused to be afraid, fear was poison to love." I do love that quote. I think it's really beautiful. Then of course we have a continuation series, Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is the Owl Crate exclusive. I have so many editions of this book. I'll link the video up above where I show you all of them. Anyway, this is signed, and this says every story has the potential for infinite endings. This follows Evangeline Fox, and she is a character that is new to us in this world that happened in Caraval, and the sequel comes out on September 13th of this month called The Ballad of Never After. I do have that pre-ordered. I'm very excited to be reading it. This series you have probably heard of, so I won't spend a lot of time talking about it, but it does follow two sisters, and they are invited to participate in this magical competition called Caraval that comes to their city every so many years, and it's very exclusive. It's hard to get in. Once they're inside, everything is not what it seems. It's very romantic. It's also very mysterious and dangerous and magical, and I absolutely adore this series. It's one of my favorite of all time. I wanted to reread this for a while for a couple of reasons. One, it's my favorite, like I said, and two, I read these first two books before I had a concussion. I then didn't read for a couple of years, and this book, Finale, is the first book I read after not being able to read and comprehend information for a long time. I had to go through neuropsych therapy to be able to read again, and I remember what happened in this series. I remember the feeling it gave me more. I remember loving it, and that's why I still consider it to be one of my favorites. I kind of remember the ending, and if you've read this series, if you haven't read it, I'm surprised. Please pick it up. It's amazing. But if you have read it, I know that there's a big twist in the end, and I kind of remember what happens, but I don't at the same time, and that's because, again, my mind just wasn't retaining information. So I am going to give this another go, and it does count towards my 2022 end of the year goal to reread something that I love. So I'll be able to check that off my list, and of course reread the first one of Once Upon a Broken Heart in the new duology. Loved this, super cute, very much like eating a slice of cake. That's how I would describe this book. If you just want to sit down and eat a big piece of chocolate cake and indulge in whimsical, nonsensical, romantic, silly, mysterious fun, this is the YA book to pick up. Okay, so that's 4 books that I want to reread. And I'm not a huge rereader, but this series deserves it. I had my first pumpkin spice iced latte yesterday. If you're a Starbucks rewards member in the UK, they brought out pumpkin spice latte 3 days early for you, and they literally went into the back and brought it out to make my drink and then took it to the back. Like, if you don't have the app and you're not a rewards member, you don't get pumpkin spice latte, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, very excited. So, but this is not pumpkin spice. This is just a normal Nespresso blonde Starbucks roast pod, if you care. Okay, the next thing I'm going to read, I plan on reading around my birthday. I'm allotting myself about 9 days to read this book because I just want to focus solely on this. I've talked about this book in the past, and if you've been watching my videos, you know what book this is. And that is going to be House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I am nervous for this. I've been putting this book off all year. I got it the day it came out in February. I think it was like February 12th, and I walked to Waterstones and I had 2 copies on pre-order, and I didn't read it. And that's because I'm scared. Do you do that with your favorite books? Like, I haven't finished the Throne of Glass series for a couple reasons. 1 being my concussion, but 2 because I'm scared for it to be over, and I love it so much. I know I'm going to love it so much that I don't want it to end. It's kind of silly and it's counterproductive, but I will start this. I'm nervous for another reason, and that is that 2 of my favorite booktubers, Mel from Mel Reads and Ragan from Peruse Project, they both hated this book. And I generally agree with the books that they like. There are a few exceptions. I'm hoping that this is one of those exceptions because Miss Sarah Janet Maas is my favorite author of all time. I need to love this book. The third reason I'm nervous for this is I saw what I hope and / hope not is a spoiler on Instagram. I saw fan art. On Instagram, I purposefully have scrolled past everything Crescent City 2 for the last several months because I did not want to be spoiled by it. I haven't looked up reviews. I've only just seen Ragan and Mel say that they hated the book, and then I clicked out of their video. The thing that I saw, if it happens in this book, I will be probably thrilled, but if it does happen in the book, I'll be so annoyed that I was spoiled for this gigantic thing. So, that being said, I will be doing a reading vlog for this. I'll be reading it the week of my birthday. I hope I love it. I hope it's not a terrible book and I'll be so upset and sad, and I'll also be moving into my late 20s and it'll just be a sad time. Anyway, this is the next little project I have. Next up, we have a buddy read. I'm hosting this over on my Instagram at Ragan's Reads. You can connect with me on all my social media. It's linked down below. And this is a sequel. It is Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I did read, oh, where is it? I did read Realm Breaker last year when it came out. It was a total cover buy, and that's because the map on the inside, I will show you now, is beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. It's so detailed. It looks like an actual world map. This is very much inspired by Lord of the Rings. So if you like epic high fantasy with sweeping landscapes, all sorts of settings, mountains, deserts, traversing, monsters, there's different kind of dark creatures in here. There's found family trope. So much is going on. You follow 5 characters. It's a multi-POV situation. It's fantastic. I really think you should just go in knowing that. Like, I don't want to give you the plot synopsis. Basically, you have kind of a chosen one trope and everything I just said piled on top. So I definitely recommend this. It is an adult fantasy, but it doesn't feel adult, you know? You can go into this if you read YA and you want to be introduced to high fantasy, high adult fantasy. Like, if you want to read the Game of Thrones series one day, this I think is a perfect way to introduce yourself to it, and that's what I've been doing. So I do plan on reading the Game of Thrones series, not this month, but within the next 6 months, probably starting it, and this is what I've read to kind of like dip my toe into that world. This buddy read starts on September 26th and lasts 7 days and will finish on October 2nd, so it's a Monday through a Sunday. I'm doing it all through Instagram. Right now it's a really small group of people, which I love. It's very intimate, so if you want to get involved, message me on Instagram or just comment down below and I will get you all set up. I have some reading prompts and some discussion questions, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Next up, I have a secret TBR. This is for a witchy, paranormal, romantic fantasy TBR I am making that will come out in a video in October for you. I'm not gonna say what's on that TBR, but there are at least 3 books. So if you like witchy, paranormal, romantic fantasy, stay tuned in October for that. The next little project, well, it's not a little project, it's actually a big one that I'm starting this month, is I'm finally doing it. I've been saying it for 2 years, but I'm going to start the Lord of the Rings series, and I'm going to start with The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This world is huge. This is on a list of big series that I need to finish. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Throne of Glass, and I want to reread the Harry Potter series. If I can start this in September and then be prepared for the new TV show that's coming out on Amazon Prime, I will be thrilled. I absolutely love the movies. I absolutely adore playing the Lego Hobbit game. I definitely want to pick this up. And I have a whole Hobbit core themed video idea of baking and shopping in London and reading these books and just like going on fall walks, and it just sounds so romantic and perfect that I want to do it. So I will give this a go. Will I finish it this month? I hope so. Okay, so those are the books that I know for a fact I will be reading in the month of September. Now, as I said, have been feeling really overwhelmed. I'm a very impulsive mood reader ever since my concussion, and I don't know if that's because something kind of changed in the way my brain thinks and works, or if it's just that I have become such an experienced reader that I don't know what to read anymore. I've actually started several books in August that I haven't finished, so I can't put them on my August wrap-up, but I did start another like 8 books, and I got 50 to 200 pages into some of them, but I put them down because I like, not that I get bored, but I just get like impatient, and I want to start so many different books and be in different worlds and situations and settings and live through different characters' lenses, that I'll like set one down and I'll pick up another one, read 52 pages, set that down, pick up another one, read 100 pages, and it's become overwhelming and basically out of control. So if you are a reader like me and you've experienced this in the past, or maybe this is how you read normally, please let me know how you handle it, because I'm not sure how to prioritize them right now. I could actually do a video where I try to just binge read all of the books I've started this year. I think the list is over 20. I want to say it's around the 24 mark. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below, and if enough of you say to do it on YouTube and Instagram, then I will. It's probably going to kill me a little bit, but also it would push me to achieve my Goodreads goal and to also finish the books that I am liking. Like I haven't DNF'd any of these, so maybe I need that push from you. So if you get this far in the video, let me know in the comments down below and I will do it. Do I have anything else to say? Oh, very quickly, have you heard of the drama surrounding Lightlark by Alex Allister? This was supposed to be on my September TBR this month. However, I didn't update my debit card in America, so the pre-order was canceled from Barnes & Noble, which ended up being fine because the day it came out was the day after my pre-order was canceled, and the reviews have been horrendously negative, and I hate to see it. ARC reviewers and early reviewers have said it's not what it was marketed as, and that the author has lied about some of the content that was supposed to be in her book. Now I'm extra curious to read this book because it was one of my most anticipated reads for the entire year. I pre-ordered the book several months ago, and seeing so many negative reviews, and I don't condone review bombing, I think there has been a little bit of that. People jumping on the bandwagon having not read the book. But now I want to pick it up just to see if it's all true and if I really won't like the book like everyone says. But I don't know, if you've read Lightlark, let me know if you think I should read it and what your thoughts are. That's it for my September TBR. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you're reading this September. If you want to join my buddy read for Blade Breaker, drop a comment or DM me on Instagram at Ragan's Reads. I'm on there on every social media platform. Let me know your thoughts on House of Sky and Breath. Spoiler free though, please. I will be doing a reading vlog like I said. If you want to find out what I end up reading aside from the books I've talked about in this video, I am on Instagram and Goodreads daily, constantly, at all times. It's a little bit unhealthy how much I'm on there. So if you want to find out if I actually end up reading other things, or if I even end up completing this TBR ahead of time, then we can connect on there. Anyway, if you get to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching. I'm holding my pen. Thank you very much for watching. I love making content for you. I really appreciate you being here. If you made it this far in the video, drop a mermaid emoji for Therian in House of Sky and Breath, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye!